Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to talk briefly today about something that came up this morning when talking with my children. It's regarding perfect conditions. Can we ever find perfect conditions? And it came about because yesterday the conditions were perfect for a rainbow. It rained, stopped raining, and the sun came out, and a rainbow had formed. And this morning my daughter went to look out the window in the place we saw the rainbow yesterday, and she was like, oh, let me go and see if the rainbow's there. And I was trying to explain to her that there's not going to be a rainbow today because the conditions aren't perfect for a rainbow. Certain things in nature, a rainbow in this instance, you need perfect conditions. You need it to have rained just the right amount, and then for the sun to hit the water molecules in a certain way, and then it forms a rainbow. I don't know all the physics of it, but that's essentially what happens. Another example would be a solar eclipse where the moon transits, passes in front of the sun in the perfect time, the perfect place, the perfect distance, and it will be a full solar eclipse. There's obviously partial ones as well, but these things in nature, they require absolutely perfect conditions. They can't happen. A rainbow can't happen unless it rains and then the sun comes out. A solar eclipse can't happen unless the moon passes in front of the sun and you're in a position in the world where you can see that taking place. And in the human sphere, for me and for you, if we want to do something, if we want to make a change in our life or to do something positive and beneficial in our life, I believe that there's no such thing as perfect conditions. We often will wait and wait and wait and hope that conditions will get better, that conditions will become more favorable so that we can begin. But I'll give you a few examples just from my own mind, and I often think about these things and if conditions were perfect. So I'm going to give you two examples from my life that I could use as excuses that, oh, if it was like this or if it was perfect, then it would be easier to do. So there's two things that I like to do in my life that I do in my spare time, and hobbies if you like. The first one is learning a language, learning the Hungarian language. So at the minute I I have books like learning language books and little children's books with English and Hungarian, just to learn more words, and I've got a book on grammar, and so I sit down, I spend an hour, and I just learn some words and learn some grammar, and that's my Hungarian studies. And I could say that, oh, I'll wait, I'm not going to learn Hungarian, I'm going to wait until I've got 6 months holiday from work and I can go and live in Hungary for 6 months and I can immerse myself in the country and the culture and the language, and then I'm going to learn Hungarian. When I got 6 months off work, when I can go and live in Hungary for 6 months, then I'll start. Then I'm going to learn Hungarian. I'll wait until then. I'll wait until I've got perfect conditions and I'm in Hungary, and then I'll learn. And imagine, it's never going to arrive, is it? Maybe it will when I'm 60 or 70 and I've retired and the kids are grown up. Then I can do it. But do I want to wait until that time to do something that I want to do? No, I'm not going to wait. I'll have to adapt to what conditions I have. And if that means textbooks and websites that help with learning vocabulary, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to wait for perfect conditions. I'm going to just dive in because I want to do it. I want it enough that I'm willing to put the effort in regardless. And the second example is in regards my meditation practice. And this is again another good example from my life that hopefully can help to paint this picture for you. That at the minute is quite hard. I find it difficult to meditate every day on a daily basis, because it's like you have to, when you meditate, you almost you're just observing how you are. Ultimately, you're performing. You're trying to become still, trying to still the mind and calm it down. But with everything that goes on, it's sometimes difficult. Sometimes life is too hectic for me to take a step back. Sometimes I'm too absorbed in worldly stuff. Some books that I read sometimes aren't very conducive for meditation, because they make my mind think about the world and how the world is and what's going on in the world. And so then I'm just so entrenched in all this stuff that's going on that I can't even take a step back to go into my meditation room and sit down for 20 minutes, half an hour meditation, because my mind is too on that, and I can't even take a step back for a moment. So this would be another example. I could say, well, I'm not going to bother meditating until I can become a monk in a monastery, and then I'll just go and live. Sorry, wife and children. I need to go and be in a monastery on my own, away from the world. And then I'm going to start meditate. I need perfect conditions. I need to be a monastic. I need to have people looking after me and bring my food, and have no responsibilities. And then I'll be able to meditate. And again, when I say it and when you hear it, it just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It sounds like it's just silly that anyone would think it and say it. And I'm saying it out loud just to paint the picture. But often, many people, although not as clearly as I'm formulating it, this, but a lot of people, they won't begin. They won't begin something. They'll just keep putting it off, and they'll be waiting. Maybe they don't think that things could be perfect, like what I'm saying. If you're alive and you've got responsibilities, things will never be perfect. Things are never going to be perfect for what you want to do, for what you want to achieve. So the attitude to take is decide what you want in life, and then just go for it regardless. Regardless of the situations. If you want something bad enough, it won't matter what the situation is, you're going to find a way to do it. And so this is what I wanted to share today. In nature, things can't occur unless things are perfect. It's just not going to happen. There's no way. But for us, for a human being alive today, we can't wait for things to be perfect. We can't even wait for things to be better. We need to decide if there's something that we want, and then that needs to be it. How much do we want it? And like I've said, I think in previous videos, your actions will tell you how much you want it. Because if you're just telling everyone, oh, I'd like that, I want to do this, I'm going to start, but you're never actually doing it, then it's not important. And my brother will always say, it's just don't say anything and just do it. And that's the best way to be, isn't it? Don't tell everyone this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Just quietly crack on. And then in a few months' time, someone will say, oh, I didn't know you learned a language. I didn't know you been going to the gym. I didn't know you took up a sport. And you say, oh yeah, I've been doing it for a few months now. I really like it. So think about if there's something that you want to bring into your life, and know that the conditions are never going to be perfect. So you have to act now, or set a short-term plan and then implement that plan and then begin. Because if we wait for tomorrow, tomorrow never comes around. It's always today. You always wake up and it's always today. And tomorrow never actually arrives. You're always in the ultimate present moment. You're always in the now. So the only time ever to do things is now. Tomorrow's not going to come. So make some moves today. Do a few website searches today. Send a few messages today. And act on what it is that you want to bring into your life. So that's my video on perfect conditions, and that in nature they occur every now and again, and that's when the beauty happens. But in life, sadly, conditions are never perfect. The nature of human life is imperfection, and so we have to just accept that. So I hope you enjoyed the video, the message. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.